After having conquered the whole world as Qing China, I was wondering what would happen if you just didn't garrison anything. If you just put no garrisons while owning the whole world. The first thing I noticed was that Alaska didn't mind being occupied. It became pretty obvious that Kurdistan was leading off the world in resistance. Everywhere else had basically the same. And after a while the world looked pretty red, pretty angry with me. And Kurdistan at some point stopped growing. At around 87 they just didn't want to resist anymore. So the first rebellions I guess, sprang up in the Benelux. The Netherlands and Belgium decided they had enough of Qing rule by now. A lot of Europe quickly followed, and the British decided that they would make a faction. Mexico also joined, but the US decided to not enter. Germany, even though being democratic, just couldn't help itself from declaring war on Poland as soon as it sprang up. Greece and Turkey also went at it right away after gaining their freedom. After the Soviets had rebelled against the mandate of heaven, they decided to make their own faction, as the British wasn't good enough for them. Germany also found new enemies in the two Danish states that existed. Canada also had two separate rebellions that both were equal in power, I would say. At this point, the League of Nations also ended when Finland decided to gain its independence, but there was someone that didn't like Finnish independence all that much. So when a better aligned Finland sprung up, the smaller Finland sadly did not stand that much of a chance against the Soviets. After a little over a year, two powerful factions had been formed against Qing rule, the European Syndicate and the British faction. Sadly, at this point we had lost most of our power. We still held a lot of Africa, but people were starting to encroach on our mainland. After our capital had been stormed, we were defeated. Weirdly, we did find ourselves still in existence. Maybe it wasn't where we had started out, but loyal Alaska had refused to leave the Qing China. Also, a teeny tiny bit of Asia still wanted to stay under our rule. We were also allowed to keep a lot more of Africa than I thought we would have been. Bit of an abrupt end there, I'm very sorry, but thanks for watching and let me know if you have any other weird ideas what I should try in Hearts of Iron 4 or with this channel in general.